Candy G and Dave Bassett, this amazing speaking duo, have worked tirelessly for over 10 years to create an extraordinary culture at their very successful international airline and logistics company. With a real understanding of human capital and the magic formula, the entire company transformed and became a gold standard in the industry. You can count on these two amazing mentors to deliver a message that will educate, motivate, and inspire you into action.
I can fly airplanes, but I'm not really that smart about what to do with this culture business, so let me go hire some experts. So I went out and I hired a bunch of experts to come and help me. And believe me, they were truly great experts. They were people that really knew what they were doing, and they came and gave us some great advice. There was a problem. And the problem was that 3 weeks to 6 weeks after they left, everybody forgot what they said. And so it became an issue of this continual process of trying to continue to hold together and grow a culture and keep it so that it would be sustainable over the longer term, where people could truly understand what our culture was and what it truly represented. And so what I finally figured out was that I needed a culture driver. And so let me introduce Candy G. Candy G is my culture driver.
Hello, everybody. I'm so happy to be here today to talk to you about corporate culture.
I'm really, truly excited about the future. I have had the wonderful opportunity of living the American dream. I've seen the ups and downs of business. I've seen the ups and downs in people. I don't want that experience to go to waste. I really want to be able to share that experience with others and allow others to see that life is a journey and that it requires endurance and passion, and that everyone can succeed. So I'd like to share that with others.
I love what I have been able to do in the speaking industry, but I am over the moon excited about the possibilities of what Dave and I can do together. Being able to share the last decade plus in creating extraordinary corporate culture, the things that we've learned, the way that we've been able to help folks grow. I'm so excited that we'll be able to take that on the road and that we can truly step out and continue to make a difference in the lives of folks. So excited.
I agree with Candy. I mean, this is truly an exciting phase for both of us. Candy's a wonderful speaker. I mean, I've never met a person that can really articulate some of the concepts that she does on a continual basis, and I'm constantly amazed by what she's able to bring to the table. So I'm very honored and very proud to be with her and to participate in this great adventure.
When you build a culture, you build better people. And when you build better people, you build a better company.
And better people make better companies. A lot of organizations worry so much about the bottom line, when the reality is if they worried more about the people create the bottom line. Culture actually does improve the bottom line. And a lot of companies don't really understand that concept and don't really believe that they can do that.
There's a great quote from the CEO of Merck, Richard Clark, and he says, "Culture eats strategy for lunch."
And that is absolutely the truth. People want to know where you're going. They want to know what the vision is. Where's the direction of the company? So they want to know that. And then they want to know, and I wanted them to know, okay, you have a vision, but what are your values? I've seen it happen in real life, because when people as a team are truly focused and truly paying attention to the great vision that they collectively put together and the values that they hold dear in that organization, it really does have a remarkable impact on the earnings and capabilities of the company. Customer service is truly not a department. It is truly you and I.
And what we're going to ask you for is your personal commitment. To take a look at what we're doing with customer service and say, you know what? I want to be part of that. I want to be part of making this a greater company.
really important to have somebody that can take the tools and drive it all the way through the company. And we're talking from the top all the way down to the person that sweeps the floor. But there also needs to be a culture champion. And that needs to be somebody who is very high up. Those two key components, culture driver, culture champion. Dave very much has been the culture champion because he very much believes in human capital, making better people. We initially would start out with the 2-day program where we allowed every employee to be part of what we called a collective visioning process. Now, not only was that a very important piece, but another important piece is I believe in the art of story. And I was allowed, because I was in there a couple of times a month speaking to every single employee, that I would share stories about the culture champion. And it really humanized Dave in a big way. And it really made people feel like they were part of a family. The other thing that I'm very proud about Dave about, every single class that he could attend, he would walk in and attend those classes because he wanted to let every employee know you're the most important part. Not only is the impact on the earnings and the capabilities, but it makes it fun to go to work.
Which is really cool, because who wants to go to work in a bad environment where you hate your boss or you hate your employees?
Over the last 11 years, we just saw people blossom in a way because they felt like they're part of something. They felt valued.
Drive home the mission, the vision, the values of the organization. Because here's the simple answer. You're going to have a corporate culture, whether you like it or not. You're going to have it by chance or by design.
What I found coming to a lot of the conferences and a lot of the work that we're doing is the subject that folks want to know most is about culture. How did you do it? How did you create a great culture? How did you get 800 people to feel like they were working with their family and so excited to come to work? It's truly amazing.
That if you're in a leadership position, remember you are a servant to your people, without a doubt. You have to remember that servant leadership, because what really was my job was to make sure that 801 people got what they needed to be successful for the organization.
I think one of the biggest things that I've realized after we've gone out together and spoken to folks is that they realize that they don't have that company culture, that the culture that they have really is by chance and not by choice. It's that realization. It's kind of like that awakening of, wow, I really do need to create a company culture. How do I get started?
What is it that's really required?
Sustainability really is the key. And one thing that excites us is that we have a formula that works. One thing that's interesting is after every class that we do, we get testimonials. We read a testimonial the other day. It said that these classes are as effective as a life-giving blood transfusion.
What are corporate assets? And really, they aren't airplanes, and they're not buildings, and they're not even strategic ideas if you want to think about it like that. They are your people. They are the people that work every single day and come to work to perform the services of the company. People are what really count in a business.
Ultimately, great companies are found in the hearts and souls and hands of everyone that crosses the doors, commits their days, and believes in something larger than themselves. In our case, it's everyone that had flown an airplane, packed a pallet, filled out an airway bill, swept the floor, driven a truck, turned a wrench, ran a department, sat in a board meeting, serviced a customer, or one of 100 other jobs that it took to run a great company. So it's up to you. Leave it to chance, or it's your choice to design a great culture. So Dave and I say, go out and make it great. Thank you.
We just listened to an incredible 30-minute segment on Culture Quest, how to build culture within a company. One of the best I've ever heard on that subject, and I've heard quite a few over the years. So I felt very fortunate to be here, to be able to listen to that segment. That alone made the trip worthwhile.
Hello, I'm Marilyn Moore. I'm the CEO of Reno Tahoe International Airport. I've just listened to Candy G and Dave Bassett talk here and give a really motivational speech, because it really was about how people can create an internal culture within their company. And having been the CEO of my company, I'm going to go back and really take some of the things that they've talked about to really be the champion. What they talked about is that there needs to be a driver of a culture and also a champion. I'm going to go back to my company and really say I need to be the champion of instilling servant leadership and really going around the company and showing my personal gratitude to the people that work for the Reno Tahoe Airport Authority for the job that they did. I really am impressed with the message and the story that Candy G and David have about how they changed a company, how they changed the way that the company and the individuals within the company serve their customers because of changing that internal culture. And I can think so many times we're so occupied with other things within our company, but you can't be good outside the company. You can't be good at what you do unless your internal culture is good and your employees know that. It all starts with your internal culture, and that's what the two of these individuals really convey so well and so effectively.
Mike Fleming here with Google. I was attending the aviation summit. I really enjoyed listening to Dave and Candy's talking about culture strategy for breakfast. Investing in people is something that I think that most companies give lip service to, but these guys actually really unpacked how you would do that and how important it is to driving bottom line revenue. And if you think about ultimately what we care about as stakeholders running companies, it starts with the people. And this was a great reminder in the midst of all this innovation in the industry, understanding that people first is really what will drive innovation.